Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Why Would We Know? I'm Rajat.
Yeah, and I'm Andreas. Rajat,
Yeah,
didn't you pay the
you can
light
still
bills?
see me. You can still see me. See, we've already informed the audience. I mean, when they will
No,
receive
we
the
will,
episode,
we will, we will tell you
we will
why
tell you.
he is so dark at the end of this episode. So stay tuned. We're
Yeah, it'll
talking
be a weird
about
one because rest of the
episode
video is like
6.
good in good light, but right now I'm not. So yeah. Anyways, I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's jump to this episode's review. What do you say?
Let's
All
go.
right. See you.
Yeah, we start off with Celebrimbor looking at some piece of metal. Why don't you work? Why don't you work? Which is, yeah, so yeah, because there's nothing special about these rings. The magic that has nothing to do with the metals they are made of. It's the spells that Sauron puts in them or something like that. So the rings for men, first of all, like I always say, they were not meant for men in the first place, but whatever. They're not special.
One question, I guess maybe you already know the answer because you read the books and all. So these rings, um, for example, it was created for men as well. Then it was created for dwarves, or I mean, in whatever order. But it was created for elves, dwarves, and then men, right? So, so all whatever power these rings have, and all those powers are given by Sauron to all those rings. Correct? Is it?
No, by Celebrimbor.
Okay.
The
So
only ring that Sauron has what do you call it? Yeah, deceived, no, influenced, was the one
corrupted,
ring
yeah.
he forged alone. So according to lore, they forged the 16 rings together.
Okay, yeah.
So the rings for man and dwarf, and then Celebrimbor crafted 3 rings on his own
Hmm.
for the elves, and then Sauron forged 1 ring in Mount Doom.
Okay.
So that's how the
That's the
rings
one with
got forged.
Frodo.
Yeah,
So
that's the One
that
Ring.
one has powers because we could see
The
Frodo
the
being
One Ring
invisible.
has the power to control all the other rings.
Mm.
And that's another thing, as soon as this One Ring is crafted, forged, the elves, the 3 ring bearers, um, Gil-galad, Círdan, and Galadriel, those are the 3 ring bearers at this time, they immediately pull off their rings because they immediately see, "Ooh, there's something wrong," the rings, and pull them off and don't wear them anymore.
Mhm.
They start wearing them as soon as Isildur gets the One Ring. Then they put on the rings again, but Gil-galad is dead at that time, so the ring from Círdan gets to Gil-galad, and Gil-galad is Círdan gives him his ring to Círdan to Gil-galad. So Gil-galad has 2 rings, and when he dies, Elrond and Gandalf get the rings.
Okay, but then the question is because since you're saying that the only ring that actually had powers, which was the one that Sauron
No,
created for
they have
himself,
all powers. They have all powers. They are all rings of power.
but what kind of powers they have?
The
I mean,
powers
it's
that they
not.
have, like for example, the healing power or fire power, whatever. I don't know
And what?
exactly what they
Okay,
do.
and what brings that power? Is it the material or?
No magic, spells of Celebrimbor. I don't know. I don't know.
Celebrimbor also does magic. You're saying?
Probably is. Yeah,
Okay,
he's a
but they
master
haven't
forger.
established that in the show.
No, they haven't.
Okay.
So yeah, the rings have power on their own. The only problem is the One Ring that basically, what is it called? Corrupts them by the power of Sauron,
Mm.
the magic
Because
of
like
Sauron.
if somebody looks at the story in a normal sense, for example, he's just like a blacksmith in a way. He knows how to forge stuff, right? And he's making rings. And what's bringing the power? Because every ring has different power. I mean, is it the foundation? How much of material you should put is actually putting powers in it? I don't know.
No, aren't there Silmarils in these three rings?
I don't know. I mean, it's weird though. I
The
mean,
three
how
rings
they
have
are.
Silmarils in it, I guess.
Okay,
And
but yeah, that's
and
what I'm asking.
Silmarils,
Like a silver wheel, whatever that element is, that brings power.
Silmarils. It's that's the magic stones that the father of Celebrimbor has forged or created
Okay.
that hold the light of the world. You have to read the Silmarillion, and I did not read the Silmarillion full, but the Silmarils are gems, basically, stones, and they are part of the rings, and
Mm,
that's where probably the magic comes from. I don't know, but doesn't matter anyway. So they have powers. The rings have powers, and the only power the one ring has is to control the other rings. So
yeah.
every time some ring bearer, some person wears a ring of power, Sauron can control this person.
Yeah.
But the elves were immediately yeah, sensed that the ring is under control of Sauron, so they took them off so that Sauron doesn't have control over them. And the dwarves, they did not take off their rings because the one ring did not work on them. They
Yeah.
just had no effect on the dwarves because they are so stubborn.
Yeah.
But the men on the other side, they are weak. And they had effect on them. And so Sauron took control over the nine ring bearers, and they became the Nazgul, the
Yeah.
ring wraith. You know.
Mhm. Yeah. Makes
So yeah,
sense now.
that's the backstory of the rings of power. So basically, yeah, they all have rings. They all have powers. Yeah.
Now going forward, then we see the scene where Adar and Galadriel are talking because now she's being captured by Adar, and they're having a conversation. And he's telling that maybe we should not be enemies anymore. We can partner up and fight our common enemy, which is Sauron. And he says that I have this crown of Morgoth, which I used previously to kill him and to basically kill him or destroy his physical form. And this time he's more optimistic because now they have rings of power, and he believes that if we use those rings and this crown of Morgoth together, then they can actually finally destroy the Sauron for good. So
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know if that will happen.
But according to lore, there is no crown of Morgoth because
Mm.
the crown was used by Aule. Aule is basically the god that created the dwarves,
Mm-hmm.
and he forged a neck collar for Morgoth, and Morgoth is uh, bound to the to rocks in the middle of Earth. So with the collar that he was made out of his crown, so there shouldn't be a crown.
So is it like according to the lore, Morgoth is also still alive? He's like just captured
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, yeah. Well, basically you cannot kill. What is it called? They are living forever. In
And
what is it called?
has that also happened that Sauron ever thought of releasing or just freeing Morgoth from wherever he is?
Oh no 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 no! He doesn't like Morgoth.
Okay, so he wants to take
So
his position
yeah
basically.
yeah yeah yeah. He wants to take over. He wanted to basically. I don't know that backstory. I don't know anything about. But the thing I know is he does not want to save Morgoth or something like that.
Hmm.
No, he wants to take his place. So he's power hungry, basically.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
So
So then
yeah,
I
so
guess,
this
yeah,
and where this idea comes from that together with the rings, this crown has some power
yeah.
to destroy Sauron. I don't know.
Even I don't know. I
So
don't know if how would that work. I mean, how is it planning? Okay, maybe these two have different powers, but how are you gonna combine it to kill him? Is it
yeah,
gonna be you're gonna put the rings in him or whatever? I don't know.
yeah,
So.
some kind
But
of
anyways, now moving
magic or
forward, then we
something.
see Elendil basically refusing to pledge his loyalty to Alfarazon, and then in return he's like, okay, if you cannot do that, I'm gonna punish you. And what's the punishment name? I guess trial by abyss, something like that.
Yeah, that's what he
Yeah.
wants. no, his first sentence was, "You are free to go," something like that. And then he
Mhm.
said something like, "But only if you do something." I basically was half asleep at this point, so I didn't pay too much attention to it because I was a little bit bored about this episode at this point already. Anyways, but yeah, he's a trial of the gods basically. Remember Game of Thrones when Tyrion wanted to have a trial by God,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
where this other guy, what's his name?
I forgot the name as well, but he fought for him.
Oberyn fought for him
Yeah.
against the mountain.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was so hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyways, and basically that's the same thing here. They took this right out of the Game of Thrones, basically.
Mhm.
So yeah, but then Muriel appears. Interestingly enough, she steps down the stairs without any help, which is courageous for a blind woman, to
Yep.
be honest.
Yep. Yep. Because they have established that no one else is helping her. The only person who is helping this queen is Elendil, and he's captured. So I don't know
Yeah,
who actually helped her be there. You
yeah,
know.
and she goes down the steps like a king, like a
Yeah.
queen, basically.
Just like she could see.
Yeah.
So that was
So yeah,
stupid.
yeah, and
But I
she
think yeah,
demands,
before that
"Hey,
scene uh,
huh?
happened, we saw this Elendil's daughter. What's her name?
I don't know."
Yeah, I think, but she was there in the prison and she was talking to him and trying to convince him, hey, just pledge your loyalty to Alpharazon. And then I think she brings a queen to him to meet. So it's like, I hope I'm making the right decision here, by letting you to meet. So I guess she's also have a dicey nature in a way. She's not sure whether she wants to fully support Alpharazon or be with her father.
Yeah, and then Elendil says something like, "Yeah, see, my loyalty is more important than you, basically.
Hmm.
So I abandon you. You're no longer my daughter, basically."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this whole
Stupid,
daughter thing, it
family
doesn't make any
drama here.
sense.
Mm.
Yeah.
But then I
And she
guess
does,
she says
and
that
she still doesn't know that Valandil has died, or she doesn't care anymore.
I don't know if she knows. I don't know. I don't think she knows.
Yeah, because Keeman, the son of Alfarazon, killed her lover.
Yeah, I don't think she knows.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think so.
how could she not know? I mean,
That is also true. I mean, how could she not know? I mean, she's like almost like the right or left hand of Alpharazon right now.
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, but whatever. I mean, then we see the Queen Muriel basically saying that hey, I would take this punishment instead.
No, she
You know,
said she insists that she has to take
insist.
this.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So and then we see this trial by Abyss happening, and the sea monster basically forgives her and gives her another chance or something. I don't know why,
The
because he
sea
thinks
is always right.
yeah. So then she's what's the word was
Queen
forgiven
of the
by this
sea.
monster,
Yeah.
and then everyone is like hailing her as the queen of what water sea.
Queen of the sea.
Yeah, queen of the sea. Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah,
That was a
that's
weird scene.
weird. Yep, yep. And then I think after this whole Numenor drama, we go directly to the Tom Bombadil side, where we see him taking Ishtar somewhere in the desert, and saying, "Hey, you have to now follow your destiny and find your stuff because that's very important." And Aristar basically had this dream where he saw Nori and Poppy being captured by this dark wizard, and he is
Mm.
actually about to kill them, I guess, and he's
Yeah.
worried.
I totally missed that scene, by the way.
Hmm. That was, I think, almost the last scene of the episode, I guess.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, and then Tom Bombadil does something. Yeah, well, you have to decide what's more important to you:
like
those
what
those
I
hobbits or your staff.
yeah. What I don't like about this Tom Bombadil's character is that, like whenever Ishtar used to ask him, like, hey, would you help me, control my powers and all that, he never gives a straight answer. He just will say things in riddles,
Yeah,
like,
at least this part of Tom Bombadil they got right because he was kind
okay,
of a weird guy.
he was never
So
to the point, huh?
yeah, but anyways, the most annoying thing, and I literally I saw the scene and I thought, oh my god, when Tom Bombadil says something like, yeah, there are people who deserve to die and there are people who deserve to live. Can you do can you do the judging?
Many that die deserve life. Some that live deserve death. Who are you to give it to them?
Literally the same thing that Gandalf said down in Moria to Frodo. When Frodo said, I want him to die, and then Gandalf says something like, yeah, some people deserve to live and some people deserve to die. Can you give those who died life? No, you can't. So don't be so quick to give the death penalty. And that's basically exactly the same that Tom Bombadil said. So, and we are supposed to believe that's why Gandalf
Yeah,
said this in the
yeah,
later scene.
yeah. I guess
No.
that's what they're trying to establish somehow.
Oh, it's the same with the scene where Isildur poked the eye of Shia.
Hmm. Okay.
Nah, I don't buy that. Yeah, basically he
He will
says
soon
to
get to see.
Gandalf, "Hey, you have to decide: get on your mission, find your staff, or care about Nori and Poppy. You cannot do both." And then
Yeah,
he's gone.
yeah. Then it's gone. I don't know how he's. I mean, I don't know if they've established him as like a magician or I don't know whatever. I mean, for somebody, let's say, who does not know anything about Storm Bombadil character, for example, like me, I mean, I did not get any idea that he was like a magician, or maybe it's like some kind of a person who was saying that I've been here since the beginning of time or whatever, you know.
Hmm.
But he just
Yeah,
vanished, like.
he's established as a very cryptic and but
But nobody knows
very
whether he's a man or an
powerful
elf or a wizard
being.
or what, huh?
No, well, everybody knows he's a powerful being.
But
And there was a
they
scene
cannot
in
categorize him.
what?
They're not. They still cannot categorize him. Like what
Yeah,
exactly he's.
yeah. He's Tom Bombadil. He's
Okay, he
kind,
looks like a
one of his
man.
kind.
Uh huh. Okay.
And he's married to Goldberry.
Okay.
Interesting enough, they didn't show her. They talked about
I mean,
her
also, I mean, like, if it's that powerful of a character, why doesn't he stop Sauron, or can he not?
because he didn't care. Okay, that's completely in character for Tom Bombadil. He doesn't care.
About
He
the
doesn't
world?
mess with the world. He doesn't mess. He doesn't mess with anything. That's the same that,
Okay.
like I said, when he met Frodo, he doesn't care. Should we? No, That's none of my
But
business.
is he powerful enough to kill Sauron?
He probably would be. Yeah, he probably
Okay.
could kill Sauron easily, but he doesn't care.
Okay.
So that's the same when back in Rivendell when they meet the Fellowship first meets. Remember in the movies?
Yeah.
One of the guys made a suggestion. Hey, how about we give this ring to Tom Bombadil? And Gandalf
I
says,
don't
no,
remember
we
that.
can't.
I will have to watch it again. I just don't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember the scene where everyone was sitting in the circle,
yeah,
but I
yeah. And
just
one
don't remember the
suggestion was
procedure.
that Tom Bombadil should get the ring, and Gandalf said, no, Tom Bombadil is not good. It's not good person for the ring because he just would he would lose it, and and then Sauron would find it. So Tom Bombadil is not the right
But
person
how
for
would he
that
lose it? Because
because he doesn't
he's
care.
careless.
Yeah, he's careless. Yeah. I have a ring. Okay, I lay it here, but then forgets it. So that's why.
But nobody can convince him to actually just, wage a
No.
war against Sauron and
No.
kill him for good.
No. So yeah, the Tom Bombadil. Nah.
Okay. Anyways, now moving forward, we see this another scene where we see Adar and Galadriel again, um, where basically Adar says that, you basically have told me everything that I wanted to know about the rings and what they can do, and even more, right? And he's now, basically waging his war against Eregion, against Sauron. But Galadriel realizes that actually this is what Sauron wants. You know, he brought Adar to a region with his army because he doesn't have one of his own. So he wants to
Yeah.
capture that somehow. And we've seen Sauron face all the time whenever he's like, "Oh, they're here now," and he's not scared. He's happy, that they.
Sure. Yeah, and the people in Eregion, they're just, I don't know, stupid. I mean, uh, but there's one great scene where Celebrimbor gets suspicious. What's going on outside? No, here's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
bell
that's a
ring
nice.
and stuff like that. And then you see Anatar doing some and deceives his view, and he sees all the beauty of the city, everything is calm and everybody's happy, and and Celebrimbor goes there. So that was a great scene, because then you can see, okay, that's what the powers of Sauron are, what he can do. He can deceive people like nobody else. See,
Yeah,
that's how he works. And but still, the fires are already visible at the horizon of the orc armies, right? But nobody noticed them. And there's this you talked about in the last episode, where Anatar visits Khazad-dûm to get more mithril, huh? And but yeah, and then he goes back, and in the same period of time, the orcs were there all the time.
yep.
So
I don't know
there's something off with the
which
timing.
secret passage he must have taken.
Yeah,
I don't know.
so either he teleports or whatever. Maybe that's one of his powers. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
could be.
there was another thing that was a little bit weird. So yeah, when he was at Khazad-dûm, Durin said no to him, yeah, and then he leaves again. You saw this little fire bowl where this Balrog appeared.
Yeah, that was also
That
weird.
was
Yes.
weird, unnecessary. Anyways, and then he returns, and then he gives Celebrimbor this pouch with the mithril. And I was like,
Yep.
yeah, where does he get it from? I mean, the Durin didn't give him the mithril.
I don't know. The only thing that we saw him talking is that like I just increased the price that we were supposed to receive for the material. I guess I don't know. Maybe that happened in the
Yeah,
back
but
end
he
and they
didn't.
didn't show us.
Yeah, but he didn't get it at the point when he
I don't know.
returned. So yeah, and then we see that the orc army is finally attacking Eregion, and every elf in Eregion is running around scared. They're like elves
Yep.
do. Have you? I mean, that's not how elves do. I mean, yeah. But anyways, yeah. So now the siege of Eregion begins. So, and if you are a little bit in the lore, one of the main things that everybody talks about, oh, the biggest thing ever, the siege of Eregion. That's the biggest thing ever. I'm looking forward to what they make of that.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, hopefully, I guess we will see like a big battle, and I think the Arogian army would try to fight, and then maybe the army from Lindon would also rival Gilgalad and Elrond. Um,
Mm.
I guess then it could be a bigger battle, but yeah, we'll see. But we all know what will happen. Nothing will happen to Sauron. He will get the rings, and he will be fine. He will get his army.
That's the thing. We all know what's going to happen. We
Yeah,
know that Sauron will forge the One Ring at the end.
yeah.
That's not a mystery.
And yeah, I mean, so far he's not even gonna forge his one ring. He's right now focused on the rings for men, and then he will. Okay, now I have time. I will build one for myself.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, it's a very interesting story, because I would really like to know. So he now has the One Ring. When he forges his One Ring, how
mhm.
he then corrupts man, the
Yeah,
nine kings of men, how he corrupts them, and how they become the ring wraith. That's so interesting. I would like to
yeah.
know the details of that.
Maybe I think nothing would happen in this season. That will be
No, in
for
this
I think
season,
third
not
or the
no.
fourth
So
season.
yeah, so when there are planned 5 seasons, and we are
Okay,
already at the point where all the rings have been forged. So we have the ring for the elves, we have the ring for the dwarves, we have the ring for the
man.
men. That's all done now.
Hmm.
Okay, next thing is then Siege of Eregion, which will be in this season, and then the forging of the One Ring,
Yep.
and then the yeah, deployment of the rings, to the men and stuff like that. That's the coming season. But anyways,
Yep.
so what was your thought? It's getting dark at your place.
Yep. Now the I can feel it.
Didn't
So
pay
yeah,
the
I mean
bill, huh?
overall, I like the episode, I would say. I think it was better than the previous one because yes, again, like the story progressed. We are reaching to that final battle, I would say. After that slow stretch of stretching few episodes, we finally reached to the point. Okay, now there's a battle happening, and we'll see things getting more excited, I guess. So I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, like I said, I was bored.
I okay,
There
you
was
you
not
didn't like
there
this
was not
episode?
so much errors in this episode, yeah, like
Yeah.
in the others with the lore problems and stuff like that. But I didn't find it interesting. And come on,
I found it
yeah,
interesting in ways because we saw Sauron deceiving Celebrimbor with this like
yeah, that was
magic
great.
trick and all
That was
that.
great, yeah.
And then I think there was this one great discussion between I think Disa and Durin the fourth as well, which I forgot exactly how it turned out, but there was like
With
a
his
good
bats,
discussion
the scene with the bats in the cave where where she's singing, "Whoa, whoa,"
there.
and
Yes,
then
something like
and then
that.
and
Yeah,
then and then the
kind of
dwarves are
stopped
saying
them
something like
from
that. Do
digging
you
and
want to
all that.
scare us with that?
Yeah.
No, not you. And then
Yep.
that's
Yep.
another thing. As if dwarves are afraid of bats in caves.
Hmm. I don't know, maybe. But I
Yeah,
think one thing that
what?
I haven't so far, understood that Durin and Elrond are like great friends, and but even after having so much suspicion about Anatar, he has not informed or sent any kind of a messenger to what's the Lindon or something to inform Elrond that hey, they've been getting mithril from us, and this is what's been happening. We've already received our rings, you know, and nothing is happening on that front because Elrond and Durin are not talking to each other in this whole timeline.
Hmm.
I don't know why. They're supposed to be best of best friends, I guess. Yeah. But
No.
anyways, I think we can wrap up the episode now because it's getting too
Yeah,
dark.
it's getting
Getting the
dark, and
Sauron effect now.
and
Darkness.
we have to clarify why we record the intro after the real episode, because now
Yeah.
people will notice, hey, why is it so dark in Rajat's room in the intro, and so
Yeah.
bright after that? Because
Yeah.
we
We
record the intro
basically, guys,
afterwards.
we record our intros later, and that's why this episode's intro you will see in dark mode. You know.
Dark mode intro, right?
Dark mode.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, looking forward to episode 7. That's dropping
Yep.
today, as of
Today,
this
yes.
recording. So next week when we'll talk about the episode 7 then. No?
So
Doomed
7,
to
and
Die,
I
by
guess.
the way. That's the
Yeah.
name of the episode.
Okay. Yeah. Looking forward to it. So I guess
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Well,
Bye.
that's it.
Have fun, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye bye.